Hello, as the Italian nutritionist, I want to share with you today 5 basic ingredients that I have found in every Southern Italian kitchen. I'm making a little bit of a designation because kitchens from the north to the south may vary in their basic ingredients. But after spending years in my own mother's kitchen, in our neighbor's kitchen, in kitchens in Italy where my family of origin resides, and in kitchens that I've taken classes in south of Italy, there are always 5 major ingredients, and so I want to share that with you today. And also I will connect with that some reasons why Italians live so long, because these 5 basic ingredients are extremely healthful. So let me begin with the first one, which you would probably guess would be tomatoes. So tomatoes, of course, we know did not originate in Italy, but the Italians have really taken them to all kinds of new levels. And one way that Italians have tomatoes in their kitchen is the most basic way, and that is the tomatoes that they grow organically and can themselves. So this is a quart jar of tomatoes that we canned here in my kitchen, and they came out of our garden, and I had a sparse harvest this year, so we've had to purchase a few tomatoes to can as well. So they would use their own tomatoes. Another, of course, are canned tomatoes, which are perfectly fine to use, but I want to mention that there's a certain type of canned tomatoes that works out very beautifully, and that is the San Marzano tomatoes. So that's another kind of tomato that Southern Italians will use in pasta sauce. This type of tomato is very meaty and very thick and makes a nice thick pasta sauce. This one are just canned. They're cut up and canned, and they're used in soups and also in pasta sauce, but they work out very well in soups. Now there's another thing that you can do if you would like to have the basic Italian ingredients in your kitchen, and you can buy canned tomatoes that are small. So they're called pomodorini. When any word in Italian ends in "ini," that means it's a small size as well, and that works as well. And then of course there's fresh tomatoes that you just cut and put into a salad. So I will connect that with why Italians, one of the reasons why Italians are healthy is tomatoes contain lycopene, and lycopene is a antioxidant that has helped in many ways to keep us healthy, very anti-inflammatory. And Italians in southern Italy use a lot of tomatoes. All right, so the other thing is, and I have my basket here of garlic, and this is garlic that I have grown in my own kitchen, and this is what garlic would look like when it's being sold in Italy and at farmers markets. Even this time of year when the harvest is in August and September, sometimes in July, you'll notice it has a big stem on it, and that's called hardneck garlic because it came out of the garden and got cut. It may look different from the garlic that we buy in the store, which is just cut off here and probably cut off at the root as well, and then mass produced. And whether or not it is organically grown or mass-produced, garlic is so good for us. Garlic is full, again, of antioxidants. It's been known to lower cholesterol, do all kinds of wonderful things. But most importantly, right now, is that it's delicious. And so fresh garlic is another staple in the Southern Italian kitchen, probably in the north as well, which this one is very creamy, and if you can find garlic that has color, like this purple garlic, that even has more antioxidants as well. So garlic, of course, is in everything. It's in pasta sauce, it's in salads, it's in soups, it's in stews. It is cut up finely and used with grilled vegetables. So the garlic is another number 2 staple. Number 1, tomatoes. Number 2, garlic. Then number 3, you might have guessed it, is olive oil. And it's not just any olive oil. What Southern Italians will do, and in the north as well, is that they will buy olive oil that's very high quality. Olive oil that is produced right in Italy. and cold pressed, and has high polyphenol content. It's different from the olive oil that we see loaded on the shelves in our grocery stores. This type of olive oil is in a dark glass container so that the light doesn't get at it, and it can be preserved and used for maybe a year or two, but that's it. So good olive oil will have a date on it as to when the harvest was, and an out date as well. And so this is extra virgin olive oil, and then this one is even DOP, which is not a DOP is not a brand, but it's a designation, the determination of production. So that's number 3, tomatoes, garlic, extra virgin olive oil. Next will come beans, and the cannellini beans, garbanzo beans, also lentils. The Italian kitchen has a lot of beans that these are dried, that can be soaked overnight and cooked, or you can buy them canned like I have here with my cannellini beans. So these are put in soups, they're put in salads, they're sometimes pureed. I have some wonderful recipes about using pureed beans for pesto, which makes it a delicious low-calorie kind of pesto. So when they use the beans, of course, the Southern Italians are getting a good array of fiber and antioxidants again, but the fiber is so important, and it's grossly lacking in the American diet. But I will do another video, probably even next week, on the next 5 ingredients that Italians have in their kitchens, and I will talk a little bit more about the benefits of fiber. So please subscribe so that I can send you an announcement of when the next video comes up. So we have tomatoes, we have garlic, we have extra virgin olive oil and beans, and then lastly we have herbs and spices. So Southern Italians aren't as adept with the spices as Indian cuisine is. The Indians use a lot of spice, but Italians rely on a few. Oregano is one, especially in the south of Italy again. And I think that's because of the Greek influence. Naples was originally, but 2,500 years ago, was settled by the Greeks, and still use a lot of oregano, which is now, of course, grown in Italy. This is grown in my garden. I let it dry, and then I put it in containers for the winter. High, again, anti-inflammatory, and very, very good for the taste of foods. And then, of course, we have red pepper, crushed red pepper, which we could call this a spice, I guess. Lastly is rosemary, and there are studies about the health benefits of rosemary, which Italians use in great amounts, and studies of one of the reasons why there's so much longevity in Italy. So again, please subscribe. Give my channel a like. What I'm telling you is firsthand from what I have seen, what I have experienced, not only in my parents' kitchen, but in kitchens all over Italy. I've been very fortunate to be traveling over the last 20+ years and taking notes, mental notes and written notes about why Italians live long and why their food is so delicious. So I will talk to you again. Thank you.